little gal named Sally Gooden, and I asked her to marry me, then she said you wouldn't.
And we're back in the beautiful Ozark Mountains. Taking a look at a Ascend, or Bass Pro Shops, FS12T, Sit on Top Kayak, 2012 version. Continuing on with our series, I'm going to be showing a couple of more additions to what I've done to this kayak. Did I happen to mention that I really like D-rings? Or carabiners. I have them all over the place, as I had said before in another video. And I have one also in the very front, and attached to it is a tow line. Okay, this could be put forward, and I can either tow somebody, or somebody can tow me if needed. Otherwise, I just have that's about 40 feet of good size quality line that I can use, and I keep that out whenever I'm on the kayak. Otherwise, this gets stored in the hatch. But whenever I'm out and I'm doing stuff, I keep it out, but kind of tucked away, and it's underneath this. Now, I had mentioned that in another video, and I was going to show you what it's about, and I'm going to do that right now. This is attached or run with this shock cord or bungee cord run through it, and what it is a couple of two different sizes, small size and a large size, water foam insulation, stuff that goes on water lines. You can see where the water line through here. I cut that, two different sizes, because I wanted a nice bulk here, one inside the other, and then what I did was I cut slits. You can see these slits here. Now what those are for are actually for my fishing rod holders. Let's back up 1 second and let's look back over here. Okay, normally this is where a Scotty rod holder sits. Big affair, it holds one rod, you can swivel it and do all sorts of things. The problem, as I said in the other video, was if I'm sitting here, I really can't reach up that far and be able to handle it. So it was really useless for me, and apparently for a lot of people, because I've heard this problem before. So what I did was I made this out of a piece of wood, and it sets directly into the holder's base, which is screwed in here, and that's standard with this kayak. And let me unattach this. And you can see, and I'll try to hold it steady and close where you can see things. I made this piece to where it matched the same dimensions as the other holder, the one that came with it, so that this will fit inside. And just like on the other one, there's a flat spot that has to ride up against here, and then you lock it into place so that it won't pull out. Okay, this will swivel, it'll stay in place, do everything that I need. So these are places for the handles for the fishing rods to rest. Okay, now let me go ahead and do that. In fact, what I'll do is get my tripod set here. I see a little jittery here. Try to get this in my tripod. There we go. Now let's see if we can get this a little bit closer. Just take our normal everyday standard fishing rod. And the way I use this is I set the very end of the fishing rod up there, and I'll show a close-up here in just a minute, into that, and then the other part just rests right there. Now let me take this off and show you a close-up of what I mean. Okay, the handle sits right here. And this fits right into those slits. And in normal use, running around, doing even some rapids and whatnot, that stays put. Although, if I lift up on my handle, it comes off really pretty easily. And it goes in. Just kind of scissor motion it in, set that down, and that's out of the way. It's not sticking up way in the air. It's out of the way for most uses. Even going down most rivers, it's tough to get that caught. The nice thing about it too is that this is far enough back, and I can actually slide this back further if I need to. It's far enough back that I can reach that. Even pull it up quite a bit further, however I like. But if I want it out of my way while I'm paddling hard, that doesn't interfere with my feet. Now I've got awfully big feet, awfully big. And whenever I'm really paddling quite a bit, I don't like to have my feet up close here unless I'm in rapids. So I will have my feet set way back in here, and it doesn't interfere with that. Now, you've got to be a little careful, but it doesn't interfere with my feet setting just like that. And of course, I can set, at least in this version, 4 rods. And there's just 2 of them. Resting right there. They're out of the way. They're easily accessible. Nice and neat. That's probably the best thing that I did, the modification that I've done so far on this, is to have that rod holder just sitting right there. Okay, so now, one thing you'll notice on this rod, and you can see these all over the place, is I made a little float for that rod. In case this rod goes flying or gets dumped or whatever, this rod should float. And all I did is I took the same foam insulation for pipes, that's this stuff, the smaller size, put it here, put a few ties around it so it stays put, and it's set. This one I have not made one yet for it, but I will, and it'll go right here. And those work pretty well too. You can, if you'd like, you can do a rod holder, which is just a length of string or something that attaches, say, to this, or to a cord or something, and attaches to this so that it doesn't separate. Kind of like the paddle holder. Paddle leash. You can have a rod leash. Although I tend not to like those because I tend to switch rods quite often, and you're constantly putting it on and off, on and off, on and off. With this kind of a holder, these stay really well, and with the foam flotation device, I guess you'd call it a fishing flotation device, an FFD, it'll stay where you can grab it if it does happen to fall off. So that's what I've done so far on aiding my fishing. And this was a short little video, and just to show that something that can be easily made, easily done to help maintain those fishing rods. Again, I tend not to use these at all. They're too much of a pain for me. Just not very helpful for the type of fishing, type of kayaking I do. So there it is. Come back for the next video.